Welcome, I'm the legendary Pokemon Master, and today we are comparing Protein Greninja and Ash Greninja. This is a popular debate in the Pokemon community because each of them have a lot of advantages and disadvantages. So hopefully today we'll be able to find out which one is actually kind of better. With that said, without further ado, let's start. So to start, we should probably identify what each of these Pokemon are and how you get them, because that's kind of important to everything that will be talked about here. First, let's start with Greninja itself. Greninja is a Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon. It's the only good Kalos starter. Other people's opinions aside, it did win by quite a landslide in a Japanese popularity poll a little while ago, so there's proof why my opinion is right. Protein is Greninja's hidden ability, as opposed to the regular ability Torrent. Torrent is only really useful in very specific and close situations, coming into effect only when the ability holder is below a third of its health. On the other hand, Protein is by far much more useful. What Protein does is that it changes the type of the ability holder to whatever move it is about to use. So let's say you pick Extra Sensory as a move against the totally underrated and much more deserving of love Hitmontop. This will instantly be a massive plus for this Greninja over a regular one for a number of reasons. First off, Hitmontop is a fighting type, meaning that fighting type moves would have previously been super effective on the former water and dark type Greninja. However, since Greninja is now, out of the blue, a psychic type, that fighting type move that your opponent shows while murmuring to himself,
What a Gen Water, he doesn't even know typing.
will now do like nothing. But Austin, what if Hitmontop goes first and gets that high jump kick in and it kills the Greninja before you attack? Well, for that I say one thing. Good luck with that. Greninja's speed I don't think is matched by any fighting type, and as for its other weaknesses, only a handful of grass types like maybe Serperior, and a few electric types like Tapu Koko or Wash Rotom actually can come close to it. The other good thing that Protein did in this situation was implement Stab, or same type attack bonus, on the Extra Sensory, which works because Greninja became a psychic type before the move was used. This makes the move do 150% of its regular damage, which is, well, quite a bit to say the least. Getting away from this one situation, the Protein ability can be used to easily defend against many of the weaknesses Greninja has, since it has moves for each of its weaknesses that would change the Pokemon to a type resistant to said weakness. This especially makes it useful for Toxic Spikes, as Poison type fares pretty well against Fairy, one of its weaknesses. It would also be able to execute the move before the opponent probably, and would only be weak to Bug, Ground, and Psychic this time, with the latter two of those being things that you would never really use against a regular Greninja. This version of Greninja also does pretty well with items like the Life Orb, Choice Specs, and Choice Scarf, which could be used to counter some, other Pokemon. But we need to see the other corner of the ring. The Pokemon, the myth, the legend, the not so widely available Ash Greninja. Concerning Ash Greninja, we're essentially looking at a Mega Evolution, but very, very specific. Ash Greninja occurs from a Greninja that has the ability Battle Bond, which makes it into this. A Greninja that looks slightly like Ash, with a base stat total 110 points higher than the regular Greninja. So what are the benefits? Simple. It has a base stat total 110 points higher than regular Greninja. Ash Greninja offers massive boosts in all attack fields, which includes attack, special attack, and speed. And I consider speed an attack field because it dictates how fast you attack. The defensive stats stay the same and don't decrease, so with that said, it's basically a direct upgrade over a regular Greninja. And by regular, I mean the Torrent one, because Protein Guy here is a whole nother story. The massive sacrifice you need for Ash Greninja is giving up the possibility of Greninja having Protein, instead having that slot occupied by the aforementioned Battle Bond. The transformation of Ash Greninja to this form via the ability also takes time, which gives more opportunity for the opponent to land some hits. So since most of Greninja's conniving tactics stem from this Protein ability, Ash Greninja more or less has to focus on sheer power, and when it actually comes down to it, Ash Greninja delivers pretty well. The first thing it improves is Water Shuriken. With regular Greninja, this move hits at least 2 times with a power of 15 per hit. When Ash Greninja uses this move, however, it hits at least 3 times with a power of 20 per hit. This, combined with that massive special attack stat and also probably some choice specs, make this a really powerful selection. In addition, that even greater speed stat makes it faster than essentially every Pokemon aside from Speed Deoxys itself, and also maybe something with the Choice Scarf. But when it comes down to it, we need to choose one. So what's better, Protein Greninja or Ash Greninja? Well, it's close, but I'd have to say Protein Greninja is the better pick here for a few reasons. Considering all forms of Greninja have an especially high count of weaknesses, Protein is a great way to help this already defensively lackluster Pokemon cope while still getting in a bunch of powerful hits with that speed and special attack. While Ash Greninja does boost some stats to astronomically high levels, Greninja doesn't actually really need that, except for maybe with defense. which it doesn't affect at all. Its speed and attack stats are already at a level high enough to inflict a considerable amount of damage, making the further heightening of them kind of redundant. But naturally, this video is a debate, and debates always have 2 or more sides, so what do you think? Which of these 2 Greninjas is superior, and why? Please leave a comment down below. Also, a massive shout out to my friend Sparkling Primarina for helping prepare this video. She helped out with a lot of research from this video, and I'd just like to say thank you for that. While you're here, you can also subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Regardless, polls prove opinions, and I will see you in the next video.